For this file management hack, I would like to show you guys one of, I think, Ableton Live's best kept secrets, and that is the file manager. And what that is it's a place where we can view and analyze and look over all of the files that are contained in a project, and it gives us some interesting options for how to handle and what to do with those files. So as a first example here, we're going to look at two main things. One is going to be how to find unused files in a project and get rid of them. The other thing is going to be how to swap in certain files across the board, basically across the entire arrangement if you want to swap out one certain file type. So for the first example, we'll talk about unused files. This is a completed project I finished up sometime last year. And let me play you a snippet of the track here. We'll go from the end of the breakdown into the first chorus just so you can kind of catch the vibe of the track. Okay, and I know for a fact that in the production of this project I had instances where I consolidated some audio files and maybe I didn't use them, maybe I deleted them, got rid of them from the project. I probably froze stuff I didn't use. Anytime you do this, if you freeze, if you consolidate, if you record something in, you've created a new audio file that goes automatically into the project folder. But if down the line you've gone in and you've deleted anything and not ended up using it in the project, what it does is it stays inside your project folder, but it's categorized as an unused file. So how can we find all of these unused files and get rid of them, especially if you don't need them in the project? If they're totally gone from the project anyway, a way that we can get rid of them is by using this file manager, and you can access that by clicking the View button in the taskbar and then selecting File Manager. That's going to open up this side window over here, and we've got some options here to manage set, manage project. You can also manage your user library, but we just want to focus on this project. Now if I click Manage Project, that's basically going to analyze everything that's inside this project folder. So any versions of the project I'm working on, it's going to go through the samples folder and find everything that's contained inside this project. And you can see here one of these categories is unused files, and if I click this arrow, we can see that I have about 22 unused files, 30 megabytes or so. So that's 30 megabytes of space on my hard drive I'm taking up with things that I'm not even using in this project. So let's just get rid of them. And you can see here it's 21 free samples, and it looks like I got one consolidated sample. So if I click Show, this will show me all of those samples right over here in the browser, and then I can simply, if I know I'm not going to use them, delete them, move them to trash, and clear up all that space. Let's do the same thing here with the consolidated one. Now let's go to Show, and you can see my consolidated file. It's a white noise sample. Not using it at all in the project, in any version of the project, so we can delete that as well, trash it, and clean up all of that unused stuff. So now we're only dealing with used project files. If we close the file manager, let's close the browser as well, and we go back into it, manage project, it reanalyzed, and now we can see there are no unused media files in this project. So everything in there has a use, has a place in the arrangement, etc. For the next example, I'm going to open up a different project. So I'm going to open that up, and then I'll come right back and rejoin you guys in a minute here. Okay, so the next example I want to show you regarding the file manager is going to be how you can take audio samples that are laid out in the arrangement and actually hot swap them out. So for example, I've just put together a quick little arrangement here of a beat where I've got a kick drum, a clap, and a hi-hat. Play that back, just a really simple beat there. And let's say, for example, I'm in the middle of my arrangement and I'm thinking, you know what, I'm not really feeling that kick drum, I want to replace it. Well, I could always go to the browser, go to samples, let's look for a kick. I could find a new kick from here, drop it in, but then I'd have to go, oh look, it didn't even do it for the entire length of time. And then I got to go over here and I got to copy and paste and just do this manually one by one. But there is a much easier way to do this. Let's undo that. Let's go back to where we were with just our original kick. And again, using the file manager. So if we go to the file manager again, under View, File Manager, now this time if we go to Manage Set, let's click that. That's going to tell us in this one specific live set or this one specific instance of this project that's contained inside this project folder. You've got an option here that says View and Replace Files. So let's hit View Files. Let's find the kick that I'm using, which is right here. Good thing I labeled my samples correctly. So you can see the kick is there, and if I hit this hot swap button, it'll show me where I found that kick, but let's just find something different here. Let's find, yeah, this kick 1 is fine. That's a decent sounding kick. So we'll choose that, we will double click on it, and it hot swaps it. Now that is the kick that's being used by my project. And if we look here, let's zoom in, it's actually replaced this kick with the new kick throughout the whole duration of the arrangement. If we double click on one of these to open it up in the clip view, we can see that the new sample has been replaced there. So everywhere it saw that old kick in this project, it went ahead and replaced it with this new sample on all of those clips. So as you can see, they're tremendously helpful, especially if you're the type of person who programs your beats like this on the arrangement grid itself. If you need to hot swap out a sample for the entire arrangement, this is a really quick and easy way to do that instead of going one by one and replacing it everywhere you see it in the arrangement, which can be a huge tedious headache, I know. So happy hot swapping your samples in and out of your arrangement. And I hope that this Ableton Live Workflow Hacks course has been really helpful to you and you are able to start to implement some of these tips and tricks and really start flying through your production process and your workflow and just get things done a lot quicker, because that's really what it's all about. I will catch you guys later. Take care.